Yo Rudro Agnavyo Apsu Yavoshadeshu Yo Rudro Vishva Bhuvana Vivesha Tasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. The rest of the mantras are simple. It is not as deep as the Maha Mrityunjaya mantra that we saw. Yo Rudraha, that Rudra, Vivesha means entered. That Rudra who entered into Agnav, into Agni. So if Agni is Agni, with its characteristic of heat, light, and always Urdhva-mukha, if all those things, all those characteristics are there, it is because there is Rudra in Agni. Apsu in water. Yaha Oshadhishu, who is in the herbs. Oshadhi is not only the herbs but also the medicine in medicine. So, yo Oshadhishu. Ye Rudra. Vishwa, in Vishwa. Bhuvanani, Bhuvana, in the earth. Vivesha, entered. Tasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. To that Rudra, my namaskara. So the word meaning is fairly simple. This particular style and a concept of prayer is called Pravesha Stuti. So we will also come across this Pravesha Stuti in the Upanishad also. In the Upanishad, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, as an example, he will say that So Kamayata, that entity decided to create, Tat Srashtva, having created, and then Tadevanu Pravishat, so it entered. Pravisha, Vivesha, Vivisha, all those are the coming from the same root Vish, to enter. Vishnu also is that. That is how Vishnu is one who enters into the creation, into the entire universe. So you can see this Pravesha Stuti in Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa. So whenever a particular concept is repeated in Veda, and again that concept is taken and repeated in Smriti, that means the texts which actually explain the meaning of the Shruti, Itihasa as part of our Ramayana Mahabharata, and also the Puranas, then you can see how important it is. A few parallels. If you look at the Narayana Upanishad, in Narayana Upanishad also it starts Atha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata Praja Srujayeti. So if you look at the choice of the words there, it starts with Purushaha. Purushaha is the absolute consciousness principle, and that consciousness principle cannot create without itself modifying itself into Vivarta, into Prakriti also. So when associated with Prakriti, the Purusha will be called as Narayana. Therefore, Atha Purusho Havai Narayana. So when you say Narayana, as soon as you say Narayana, it means before the creation has taken place, the primordial Prakriti and the Purusha have come together. Even without the Mahat Ahankara, still has not manifested. At that point of time, it is Narayana. That is why we say Narayana is the basis of everything. Atha Purusho Havai Narayano Kamayata. Then what is the first thing that happens? Narayanat Prano Jayate Manas Sarvendriyani Cha. So therefore this Narayana will enter into Prana, and that is how Narayana always remains with us. Every breath is Narayana. Then he enters into it, and then he creates both the Vishwa. What is Vishwa in Vedanta? Vishwa in Vedanta is your gross body. Isn't it? Vishwa, Taijasa, Prajna. Virat is the gross universe. So both as Virat and as Vishwa, it is Virat because there is the Purusha, it is Vishwa because there is Purusha. So both at the macrocosmic level and microcosmic level, Vivesha. So that Rudra who Vivesha entered. And then once he has entered, there is this Sthiti Karya that takes place. So therefore, even though Rudra is associated with Laya, this mantra, what is it suggesting? Yo Rudro Agnavyo, where that energy is in Agni, that energy is in Oshadi, that energy is in Vishwa, means the Sthiti is still there. So we are talking about Rudra in the state of Sthiti also. So same Rudra now becomes the creator. The same Rudra becomes the preserver. And as a preserver, what we do is we use the word Vishnu. So if you look at the structure of Narayana Upanishad, Atha Purusho Havai, Purusha will become Narayanaha, Narayanaha Kamayata, Prajasrujayeti, and then he will go on talking about Manaha, Indriyani, then he will talk about all the deities. Finally he says, one who knows this, Yayevam Veda, Sa Vishnureva Bhavati, Sa Vishnureva Bhavati. So that Vishnureva Bhavati is none other than the Rudra who is in Agni, in etc., in all of them. He who knows this, Yayevam Veda, Amrtatvam Ashnute. He becomes immortal. So Narayana, Purusha, Narayana, then we have Rudra, then we have got Vishnu. One who knows becomes Vishnu. One who knows this is ready for Amrtatvam. And why we say that? Because the next mantra is going to justify that. Then, so therefore, this is what you will see in Shruti. So where do you get that, an indication in Smriti? quiz. In the 9th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, one of the most profound verses of the Bhagavad Gita, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshu avasthitaha. Chapter 9, verse number 4. So if you look at that, that becomes a commentary on Yo Rudro Agnavyo. Therefore, what is written in Shruti, what is written in the Upanishad. Of course, we also see in Taittiriya Upanishad. What you see in the Upanishad, you will also see in Smriti, where Bhagavanta says, I exist everywhere and everything exists in me. Yet, I am not visible anywhere. Only a bhakta with his inner eye. So you must have the Triyambakam. Therefore, this mantra follows Triyambakam Yajamahe. If you have internalized the meaning of Triyambakam and become Triyambaka Rudra, then your inner eye opens and you can see Yo Rudro Agnavyo Apsuya Oshadhishu. Then when you get a Divya Drishti, what would you say? When the inner eye opens, what kind of an utterance comes out of your mouth? Tasmai Rudraya Namo Astu. What else can you say? Once that inner eye opens and you really discover Rudra in every element and every vision, every sight, every thought, every idea, then the only thing you can say is, to that Rudra, my namaskara. So, with this awareness, with this understanding, if you say, Tasmai Rudraya Namo Astu, then what happens? That is where you will get a vision of the Lord. Proof, Padma Purana, Madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tisthami Narada. Hey Narada, where am I? Wherever my bhaktas are chanting, singing. What are we chanting? We are chanting Tasmai Rudraya Namo Astu, discovering Rudra in Agnau, Apsu, Oshadishu. That means you go for a walk. You go for a walk as an exercise. When you go for a walk, you see Rudra. When you take a cup of water, you see Rudra. So when a person can be in such a state of samadhi, as Tiktana says, walking meditation, working meditation, thinking meditation, eating meditation, sleeping meditation. So 24/7 you are in a state of tapas. In Bhagavata Saptamaskanda also, now we come to Purana. Padma Purana I quoted. In Bhagavata, Padma Purana, in Bhagavata also, Prahlada offers a prayer to Narasimha saying, Tvam Vayuhu Agnihi. Then you are the Avanihi. Niyat means sky. Ambu, water. Matraha, all the sense organs. Prana, Indriyani, Hridayam, Chid Anugrahascha. The anugraha, the blessing you have of your memory. Because when we want to think of something, when we want to say something, if our memory fails, what a tragedy. So therefore, Chidanugrahata, there also Mahavishnu is there, there also Rudra is there, all the time at hand. So how does he become available? Madbhakta yatra gayanti. Now you can see how an purely intellectual, argumentative, didactic, logical function merges with the emotional bhakti. And just like sugar and milk merge, like that, that is the amrita that stems out of your conscience. Sarvam tvameva saguno vigunascha bhuman. So he calls him as Bhuman. Remembering Chandogya Upanishad. Yad bhuma tat sukham na alpe sukham asti. There is no sukha in petty things. Whatever is big, whatever is huge, whatever is grand, that is where the sukha is. Bhuman. Na anyatvadasti api manaso vachasa niruktam. So this from the Saptamaskandha 9th chapter 48th verse is also a commentary on Yorudro Agnavya. So thus you see the profound importance of this mantra, the Yorudro Agnavya. See, that is how you will see, even though Rudradhyaya is over, all the mantras are over, why this part was added? It is because it is not enough if we just chant the Rudra mantras. The internal intrinsic value of the Rudra mantra has to be contemplated at the end of the Rudra mantra. So therefore this part assumes tremendous amount of importance. So you can see, when that comes, you ask for all the negativities and all the difficulties in our life to go. So what is the difference between our praying, that all our kashtas go away, all our dukkha's go away? 99% of the people pray for their difficulties to go away so that they can enjoy life. Whereas here, you are asking for all the difficulties to go away so that you can 100% fully, with your whole heart, you can meditate upon Brahman. So the project of why we should have sukha itself changes. The need for sukha itself changes. Please make me a happy person so that I can contemplate on this Lord Rudra. So therefore he says, Tamushtu hi yasvishu sudanva yo vishvasya kshayati bheshajasya yaha svishuhu. Svishuhu means one who has got very good arrows. Here good is a statement of its quality. That means it will be used only to remove the papa in me. How much? Only to the extent of neutralizing my negativity. Nothing more. There is no collateral damage when he shoots the arrow at me. And then he is the one who protects the good in me, because all of us are a mixture of good and bad. Nobody is perfectly good and nobody is perfectly evil. There is a mixture of both. Rajaguna is there. So what he does is he will destroy the tamoguna part in our personality and saves sattva-guna. Therefore, he says, yaha svishuhu. And it must be matched with an equally noble and good arrow, bow. So, sudhanva. Ya ishuhu sudhanva yaha vishvasya bheshajasya kshayati. That which is the source of removing all the ills, all the rogas, both physical as well as the roga of the samsara. Fear, anxiety, confusion, all of those things heal. Tam u stuhi. To do that, tam means that Rudra, u is for emphasis, alone. Stuhi, you praise him alone. For what purpose? Sau manasasya mahe. To gain not only his favor and grace, but also for me to always have the Saumanasyam, good mind. Shiva Sankalpa, in other words. Therefore, Asuram Devam Rudram. Here, Asura is not demon. Asura means the strong, the powerful. That Devam, Rudram, that Rudra, Namo Bhihi, we give our salutations. Duvasya. This Duva is Hindi Duva. Actually, the Sanskrit Vedic Dua is the Hindi or Urdu Duva, which means blessing. Aapki Dua se we use. That comes from the Vedic word. So it is Duvasya. Yakshva Mahe. For that purpose, may we all worship. In other words, in short, to gain favor, to gain goodwill, to gain the blessings, let us worship and honor Rudra, who has the correct kind of weapon, that to remove our samsara. So, having done all these things, having chanted the entire Rudra, opening the inner eye in Triambakam Yajamahe, and then having worshipped Rudra, who is in all the everything that is manifest, so this hand, usually it is referred to as the right hand or the correct hand. This hand, which has worshipped Shiva, Ayam me, this hand, Hastaha, this hand which has worshipped Shiva, has become Bhagavan. Bhaga here means wealth, immensely wealthy. My hand has become so wealthy of untold proportions. When Atma Sakshatkara takes place, what more wealth we want? So such a wealth has come into my hands. See, this is why in the sect of the Veerashaivas, they actually have the linga in their hand, and in their hand they do all the puja. Abhishek also is done holding the linga in their hand. So unlike how we practice, we don't keep the linga in the altar or in a plate and then offer the abhisheka. They do it keeping it in their hand. It's called karasthala. That means they bring the entire universe into the palm of their hand with their vision. So that is the spirit with which the Veerashaivas worship that. Ayam me hastaha. Not only that, Ayam me bhagavattaraha. It's a comparative degree, superlative degree. It has become more glorious than any hand can become. And Ayam me vishvabheshaji. This hand is the one which cures all ills. Vishwa, which means all the body, entire body becomes Shivamayam. It becomes one of total auspiciousness. And then, before attaining this, I do not want to perish. Why did I get this body? Mahata punya panyena kriteyam yasya naustvaya param dukkhodadher kantum tara yavanna bhidyate. I have paid a huge punya cash and obtained this body. So before as a boat to cross the ocean of samsara, before it falls down, I have to do that. Therefore, I am asking you to protect me. So when we say Pashyema Sharadashatam, Jivema Sharadashatam, this is the attitude. It is because I have not yet got the Brahma Sakshatkara. I have not yet had the Atma Sakshatkara. I am still steeped in samsara. So please keep me alive. So that your thousands, Ete Sahasram, Ayuta means 10,000, Pashaha, thousands and 10,000 of the nooses that you have got. Hey Mrityo, here he calls him as Mrityu. Martyaya, we are all Martya. That means those who are prone to death. So you who is the death itself and I who is prone to death, please protect me. Hunt away. You who kills everybody, you protect me. Because Ishvara gives lot of chances. And then when we refuse to all those chances, he says, okay, your time is up, go on. Tan sarvan mayaya yajnasya avayajamahe. Tan sarvan, all those nooses, pashas, mayaya. Here maya is a Vedic technical term. Mayaya means by our worship. Mayaya, it's not the maya or the illusion. So that's why you must very carefully translate the Vedic word. So effective also we can say. By our effective worship, we will loosen all the multifarious nooses of death. So this is what the Kathopanishad also says. So we get the support there. Every one of our desires binds us in a deathly grip. Every single small or big desire binds us in a deathly grip. So by saying Mrityave Swaha, my salutations to Mrityu, my salutations to Mrityu, that Pasha will fall on us. We will be in samsara. We will have bondage of husband, wife, children, friends, society, our job, profession. All those we are very much loving. We are very much connected. They are very, very important for us. But they won't be debilitating us. They won't bind us and make us weaker. So that is why we say prananam granthirasi. So that thread which will undo all these knots, you are that eternal life force, that prana. Rudro ma vishantakaha, please do not take away my life before I get the Atmajnana. Tena annena apyayasva. Here anna means all our offerings of worship. Tena annena, by my worship, you please be pleased with us. Apyaya, apyayamana, apyayasva means be pleased with us. Therefore, Namo Rudraya Vishnave. See, that is why it ends with the saying Namo Rudraya Vishnave. You, Rudra and Vishnu, as the stabilizers, are no different. Therefore, Rudraya Vishnave Mrityorme Pahi. How? Sada Shivo, by being always auspicious to me. So thus ends our study of the Rudra, also with the appendices. So next we have to take the Chamaka Prashna.